The atmosphere inside the packed debate hall was electric, cameras flashing, every eye fixed on the stage. Former President Donald Trump leaned into his microphone, his tone dripping with sarcasm. Jasmine, you talk a big game. But tell us, what exactly have you done that makes you think you belong here, standing against me? His words hung in the air like a taunt, the crowd erupting with mixed boos and cheers. It was the moment he thought he had her cornered. The grin on his face showed he was confident, almost smug, certain she couldn't answer in a way that wouldn't backfire. He leaned back in his chair, arms crossed, waiting for the stumble, waiting for her silence. But Jasmine Crockett didn't flinch. She turned her gaze directly toward Trump, then slowly toward the cameras, addressing not just him but the millions watching at home. Her voice was calm at first, deliberate. Mr. Trump, the difference between us is simple. You built your career on dodging responsibility. I built mine on confronting it head on. The audience murmured, tension building like a storm. Trump shifted uncomfortably, his smirk fading slightly. Jasmine leaned closer to the microphone, her tone sharp now, every word cutting through the noise. You want to ask me what I've done? Let me remind you what you've done, and more importantly, what you failed to do. Reporters in the front row began typing furiously, sensing something was about to explode. Crockett raised her hand almost like a prosecutor about to present evidence. You failed the workers in your own companies, leaving behind unpaid bills. You failed military families when you mocked their sacrifices. And tonight you fail again by thinking a cheap question can silence me. The audience gasped. The camera panned to Trump, his face tight, his arms no longer confidently folded. He tried to interject, but Crockett spoke over him, her words sharp as glass. You cornered me with your question. But here's the truth. Every time you open your mouth, you corner yourself. The crowd erupted, some cheering wildly, others shouting in disbelief. The moderator struggled to restore order, but it was already too late. Crockett had seized control of the moment, turning Trump's trap into her weapon. The journalist narrator summed it up. Viewers across the country just watched a masterclass in political combat. Trump asked one question to corner Jasmine Crockett, and her answer is already echoing across America. The stage had shifted. Crockett wasn't just defending herself, she was dismantling Trump in real time. The debate was still underway, but the story had already left the stage. Social media feeds exploded instantly, clips of Jasmine Crockett's fiery response spreading like wildfire. On Twitter, hashtags Crockett claps back and hashtag Trump cornered trended within minutes. Memes flooded timelines, replaying the moment Trump leaned back smugly, only to be verbally dismantled seconds later. Inside the hall, the energy was electric. Journalists whispered, pointing at their screens as real-time reactions poured in. One commentator muttered into his phone camera, "We just witnessed Trump lose control of the stage. Jasmine Crockett owned him in less than 2 minutes." Trump, visibly rattled, tried to push back. He raised his voice, accusing her of lying, twisting, grandstanding. But every word seemed hollow, drowned out by the roar of the audience. His supporters shouted in defense, but their chants were no match for the sheer force of Crockett's delivery. She stood calm, steady, her voice measured but lethal. "Mr. Trump," she said firmly, "America doesn't need another circus. It needs accountability. And tonight you proved why you fear real questions more than I ever could." The audience leapt to their feet. Applause thundered, mixing with boos, but the sound didn't matter. What mattered was the image on every screen. Trump cornered, Crockett commanding. The moderator's attempts to steer the conversation back to policy failed. The debate was no longer about questions, it was about survival, and Jasmine Crockett had turned one question into a verdict. The narrator's voice broke in for viewers at home. This wasn't just a debate answer, it was a defining moment. Crockett didn't just respond. She flipped the script, exposing Trump's weakness live, in front of millions. In the green rooms, pundits shook their heads in disbelief. On cable news, panels lit up with heated discussion. Conservative hosts tried damage control, but the clips spoke louder than spin. Liberal commentators called it a political knockout. Even neutral analysts admitted they hadn't seen Trump so visibly shaken in years. As the debate wound down, Crockett delivered her closing statement.
When the train stations in downtown been already fixed, if it was the same problem, why is it taking longer to fix in our neighborhoods?
He dodged.
Why is the train taking so long to fix? We got places to be.
While Trump fumbled with his notes,
you want to know what I gotta say? Jersey City is so diverse. So why do we treat black people the way we do? Oh, we need a medic. Right here.
Question. Instead, her reply went viral across America and left him cornered in front of the world.